So this is SAT practice test number 1, section 1, reading. This is the fourth passage. Again, make sure you have actually read the passage and attempted the questions on your own before you watch this video, or else it is not going to be very helpful at all. So let's begin. This fourth passage is very tough. There's always going to be one of these old English type of passages that you're going to come across on the SAT. Quick tip, if you are a slow reader and you don't think you're going to finish, you're probably going to want to save this passage for last. Out of the 5 passages, usually it is the fourth passage, but not always. If you do come across a passage like this and you think you're going to run out of time, the best thing for you to do is just go ahead and skip it and move on to the next passage. So let's take a look at what's going on. This passage is adapted from Virginia Woolf, Three Guineas. By the way, a guinea is a discontinued type of British currency, and I'm not going to go into why it's called this. Anyways, this is a very old passage, published in 1938. All right, so what's going on here? Virginia Woolf is actually addressing women, and what she's telling them to do is that they're close at hand. There's a bridge over the River Thames, and it is an admirable vantage ground from which to make a survey. So a survey is kind of like an inspection, like you're looking at stuff. She points out that there are a lot of sights you can see. A lot of people look at this and they think, okay, they're going to go there and go sightseeing and just take a look at the view. That is not the point. She says here, we are not here to stand on by the hour dreaming. Not now. We're pressed for time. We're here to consider the facts. So what facts does she want people to consider? First, she wants them to fix their eyes upon the procession. What procession is this? This is the procession of the sons of educated men. So she wants them to stand on this bridge and watch what these men are doing. So what is it that these men are doing? If you go to the next paragraph, there they go. Basically what they're doing is they're going to school, they're going to universities, and they're going to work. And she wants them to watch this. And the important thing is here on line 19, but now for the past 20 years or so, it's not just a sight, not a photograph. It's not a fresco. A fresco is a drawing that's painted on the wall of something. So basically, it's not just something these women are going to be looking at. Because why? Because traipsing along or tagging along at the back of the men is the women. Okay, we go ourselves, and that makes a difference. So things have changed. Women are allowed to leave the house. They are part of this. They are working also. They are also going to school. It says on line 30 here, we too can leave the house. We can mount those steps, pass in and out of those doors. Going on further down on line 38, she talks about the military uniform, and she's saying, you know, you laugh on line 42. Okay, what's the point of that? The point is that she's just saying, hey, maybe you might even find women involved joining the military. Who knows? And she's saying that some women might actually laugh at that. So top of the next column, what else does she want them to do standing on this bridge? It's not just watching the procession. She says we are here on the bridge to ask ourselves certain questions, and they are very important questions, and we have very little time in which to answer them. So this is actually one of the key parts of the passage. She wants them to ask these questions. So why is it so urgent? She says these questions are so important, they may well change the lives of all men and women. Line 57, she says that the moment is short, might last 5 years or 10 years, or even a few months longer. Here it says, but you will object. What's going on here? She is anticipating that some women will object and don't want to get involved. They don't want to think or help out. And she's saying that, okay, you guys think you have no time to think. You've got your battles to fight, your rent to pay. And she says on line 63 here, 62, that that is not an excuse. And why is that? She's saying that the daughters of educated men, and this is on line 64, these are the women that came before this current generation. She's saying that they have always done their thinking from hand to mouth, not at colleges. Okay, so these women, again, they were not studying in universities and colleges, but they were doing their thinking at home. They did it while they stirred the pot, while they rocked the cradle. and is because of the hard work of these previous women that they won us the right to our brand new sixpence. So one of the questions we'll ask about this, but the sixpence she's talking about is the chance, the opportunity, what women have today. Now she's saying on line 70 and 71, it is the responsibility of the current generation of women to continue this, to continue fighting and working hard and thinking. And that's why she says, you know, how are we going to spend that sixpence, and think we must. All right, the next few lines talk about let's think in offices and omnibuses. By the way, an omnibus is just a regular bus, okay? Whether you're watching shows or you're at a museum or gallery or something, she wants women to be thinking all the time, and that's the never let us never cease from thinking. At the end here, she's got a few more questions she wants them to think about, and that pretty much wraps up this passage. Again, if you think this is helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave some comments for me. Let me know what's helping you and what's not, and that will let me do my job a little bit better. So let's move to the questions then. Question number 32. Main purpose of the passage is to, well, obviously what she wants women to do is to think about this urgent situation, which is very important. The right answer here is going to be B. Stress the urgency of an issue. Just so you guys know, in choice D like dog, the word feasibility here means something that's possible or doable. All right, 33. The central claim of the passage is that a lot of people mistakenly choose B, women can have positions of influence, or D, the entry of educated women into positions of power traditionally held by men will transform those positions. Both of these are incorrect. Again, if you think about what is going on, she wants these women to think about how they're going to handle the current situation in society, and that answer is going to be A. Moving on then to question number 34. What is the we? Well, the we is she is referring to the women. Again, remember, she is addressing women in this passage, so it is going to be C. Establish a sense of solidarity. Okay, again, solidarity just means that you're part of a group. Candor, just so you know, means being open or honest. All right, moving on then to question number 35. Why does she tell them to go to the bridge? Now, again, they are not there to look at the view. That is not what she wants them to do. She wants them to look at, again, if you come back here on line 10, the procession of the sons of educated men. So that is going to be B. Okay, going on to number 36. The procession that she describes is what? Well, looking over here, you've got the men doing what they do, but coming along down to line 19, for the past 20 years or so, it's no longer a sight. Why is it? Because there we go ourselves. So now women are part of this, and they can come out and get involved. The right answer is D. There is less exclusionary. Question number 37, what provides the best evidence? 30 to 34 is a very close answer. A lot of people choose that, but that is wrong. It says, we too can leave the house, can mount those steps. Now I agree that that is women leaving the house and getting involved, but there is a slightly better answer, and that is actually going to be C. Okay, if you take a look at 23, 24, it talks about how for there, traipsing along the tail end of the procession, we go ourselves. So it shows a little bit better that things have changed. This part down here on line 31, it just says that, women have already left. So again, this one's a little bit iffy, a little bit debatable, but C is the slightly better answer choice. Number 38. Woolf characterizes the questions in 53 to 57. So let's take a look, 53 to 57. This is where she talks about here, for we have to ask ourselves here and now, do we wish to join that procession or don't we? On what terms shall we join that procession? All right, so these are the very important questions that she wants them to ask themselves. So the right answer here is going to be C. 39, what provides the best evidence to the previous question? So if we take a look back here, 48 to 49 talks about, these are very important questions. We have very little time in which to answer them. So that is going to be the right answer here. It is B. Question number 40. What most closely captures the meaning of the sixpence mentioned in line 70 and 71? If you take a look down here, the sixpence, basically the previous generation of women won these women the right to do things. It's the chances that they have. It's the state of things as they are right now. If you look at these different choices, the best answer here is going to be C. It's the opportunity that women have right now to do what they want to do. Last question, number 41. The range of places and occasions listed in 72 to 76 emphasize what? So 72 to 76, these are all the places she wants a woman to be thinking. Okay, doesn't matter where they are. She wants them to be thinking carefully about the situation. The right answer is going to be B. Pervasive means widespread. So she wants to be thinking everywhere. By the way, in choice A, the word novel, we're not talking about a book here. Novel means new. All right, so that wraps it up. Those are all the questions for passage number 4. Hope this helps.